No, no, no. Yeah. Yeah, these are my legends, you see. And to the former state president, Mr. Thabo Mbeki, the Minister of Arts and Culture, Nyambose, the executive mayor, the Klaasen family, nabefundisi, umfundisi Mehana, mabeculo ufuna bafaka endaweni ezithile baculele. Living Legends, we're going to touch about Living Legends, which was an idea of the Minister of Arts and Culture, Mr. Nati Mthethwa, where he allowed the legends to choose their trustees. And what is important about the Living Legends is about preserving the legacy. It is about bringing the legacy of the Living Legends to young people, because we seem to get lost. We seem to lose the kind of history that has been created and developed. So far, we've done amazing master classes all over the country, from Mpumalanga to KZN to Cape Town to Gauteng. And we've had people like Babsim Langeni, Abdullah Ibrahim, Kaifa Semenya, Mrs. Leta Mbulu, Mrs. Abigail, Mrs. Dorothy, Mahotela Queens. And we are going to continue to build on all these legacies. And Sis Thandi was one of those legends. And there was no way we could walk away, look away, because she is one of those who created the path of celebration and celebrating the African spirit in song and music, in craft, and all the other things. So we then said we have to do something special for Sis Thandi. And also, just 1 minute, in that at times when you see, when you have ikhulu, eining, we call we bala nezinye. Yabona usis Faith Mazibuko ngathi angibizi mawufuna imali la kumina ngikuyithola, you know. So sengithi ngikubeke lokho. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do something very special. And my brother, Don Matera, uthi akafuna ukuhlala esihlalweni because he's strong.
Mine will be just 1 minute. What we have here is a powerful human being. What came out of Sophia Town is history. Today, Sophia Town has not have the life that this young, beautiful woman, who's my senior by 4 years, from Taka Street, the neighbors of Bahama Mashile, Bapedi. Honalema India, Lema China, Le Bom Mixed Blood, Ronavarbiza Makala, Taronan 12, Rema Africa. Rema Africa. So we had a language. Accept cherry, jemot notch and torch. Ek loop en Koffie town, cherry van me, notch. Say never gaan notch nie. Because she did not need protection. This was a queen. And she had a free spirit which we inherited. Natim Tetu is right. She taught us how to be free. Maburu batlile le, I nearly said Masepa. I won't say it. I won't say it. I won't say it. I won't say it. But Wutwa. Hina, she was a woman for everyone. When she jumped onto the stage with Utuba Tuba, Bachaiva, hi, the rains fell down. And when she is in the mood, she says, don't know why, there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather. This, you don't get this quality anymore. What we have to do as living legends, and which we are doing through the auspices of the government of South Africa, through Natim Tetwa and his team, Os Tembiso Nabanye, it's life is a race. There is no tape that you can wing through and say, I've won. There are no medals and trophies. It's on your marks, get set, ready, before you go. Like this woman, turn around to see who you can take with you. Take somebody with you. Our country needs more compassion, which she had. Our country needs more caring love. Don Matera says in a poem, I see them every day, everywhere, non-people in non-transition, moving, shifting, but going nowhere, trapped in twilight zones of vacuous expectation, waiting between nothing and nothing. I see them, I know them, I am among them, seeking veracity, but trapped on the periphery of foreign norms and values and doublespeak. What we need is the foundation of this woman to bring the children in so that we, with the little knowledge that we have as living legends, can impart. There is no pain quite like being unloved, unwanted, among one's own, in one's own land. So what we have to do from today is to say from now onwards, I will try to live the life that she lived. There is one God. There is one nation. There are no four nations in the country. One nation. And we have to live it. In the church, we have to give what Jesus said. If it was so, I would have told you. Yeah, so God bless you. And to the family, what a great family. May God touch us, change us, give us the understanding of caring love and healing compassion.
Sis Thandi, I'm trying to think what one does with another's neck. I'm trying to imagine. Sis Thandi, not so long ago, you and your peers hovered like tall trees next to the horizon. You kept together like guinea fowls, as our people say, because you eat together. And your voices in unison rang and rambled and roared and sang all over our land, reached out to our continent and the world. You did so, leaving traces and tidbits of who we are in far places where people had to ask, who are these people? Remember King Kong? At times you became the African diaspora in song, reminding us of our greatest tragedy and the victories we won against the greatest crime and odds to be faced by the human race. Sis Thandi and the other musos, you sang and sang and sang and blessed us to remind that we must know ourselves. You forever reminded us that we people your songs with our lives. You in unison together, like guinea fowls, you kept together, pace for pace, on and on about our lives, leaving nothing about what we experienced. So many of you with you, as your voices chimed at times as if in ululation, and yet in other times in medleys, melodies with music on stages of festivals, here and all over the world. You, Sis Thandi, you kept the faith. You made your voices to curl and dangle and look and hang over us as you sang about who we are as a people. Tirelessly, you, the musos, repeated and repeated and repeated to remind us, no matter the odds, remember, you created culture, histories, traditions, and values as should all people on earth. You have left fingerprints, you said, on the great canvas of the human race and experience. Sis Thandi, here we are now. You are alone in your sealed box, still and quiet. You know a lot about the sweet and bitter things and tastes of life. You do. At 86, you must. And one morning, you decided, I, Thandi, must go now. Very soon, as we put your box over the hole in which you will stay, where your body will vanish from us forever, we feel so belittled before this untidy act, this moment. Yes, this space and place where we must leave you. We did not choose, but perhaps you chose. We look over our shoulder knowing that you are not here now. You have left. It is so empty where you have been, where you were. When it is so startling and revealing, when we feel so helpless before what took you, we think about you, and out of helplessness and hope, we laugh quietly. We know you are so capable there where you are now, to crack a joke, since we are so serious, soul-men and sad, and so helpless among these heaps of soil that will be around soon, which quietly, but for sure, scattered as they are, underneath them, whole histories are shut. Things we know and things we do not know lie still quietly under those heaps. Briefly, so briefly, you remind us to look at this space and to look at ourselves. But I can also hear you call out in jest, you lady of raw humor. I can hear you call out and say, Hela, kanti va khanano. Linjoela hampi, Li etsang ke level me here loss. What are you doing putting me in this hole? Our Sis Thandi, we will laugh even when we are sad. That even as we know you loved us so, we did hurt you, we remember so. We hurt you very badly. We left such terrible scars on your being. Good Lord, if we could say we will never ever do such again, we would say, Sis Thandi, forgive us. We are sorry, Sis Thandi. Maybe, just maybe, we can learn from you and all this, that after everything else has been done and said, all we must be left tidily, and that we must remember it is only love that remains with us. Do accept our word of love too, and we have learned from hating you, but we've also learned from knowing you and loving you. Rari, robala ka kgotso, Sisi.
Well, as tributes continue to pour in for the late Thandi Klaasen, there are many others who have also come here to pay tribute and say goodbye to the jazz diva, as some of them have referred to her as scores of people continue to pour into the hall here in Alberton to pay their last respects. Don't forget, straight from after this prayer service, the procession will leave from here and go to the Thomas Nkobi Cemetery, where Thandi Klaasen will be buried near the struggle stalwart Chris Hani. Let's chat to some of the other divas as well within the music industry. Mayor Yvonne Chaka Chaka, thank you so much for your time this morning. Your fondest memories of Thandi Klaasen?
Thank you, Griselda, for having me. I think I'm just one of those lucky young musicians who got to know Thandi very well. I started rehearsing at Doke House from as early as 1985, and I wish to thank Queen Ndaba, who introduced me to Mam Thandi Klaasen, Mam Utogo. They used to call her Sophie Mgcina. So I was very close to all the older musicians, and to Mam Thandi, you were either a clever or a mugu. Yeah.
So, you know, what is it, what remains for you from Thandi Klaasen and what she stood for? Many said she remained true to herself from the very beginning until the end. You know, she was very proud of where she came from. Even if she performed in America, she made sure that people knew she was from Africa.
Absolutely. Mam Thandi did not want to be anything else. She knew that she was South African, and she was proudly African. I remember one time when she sat and told me her story, how she got banned, and every time I think of her, I remember she said this lady came, and all I heard, this is when she was telling me, I heard hack, and she said, I don't know what happened, and they burned her. But I loved Mam Thandi, and you know, I'm just so sad that the very same SABC that did not celebrate her when she was alive today is bidding her farewell. You know, things do change though. You know, I think we should start practicing what we preach. We need to celebrate our people when they're alive. We need to do what we're supposed to be doing as people. It's actually said in South Africa that we love people when they are gone. You know, we've got our living legends, Abo Mam Dorothy, Abo Mam Abigail, whom we're supposed to be showing our children today when they are alive. It's actually said that today we are here celebrating her and bidding her farewell live on television when she was alive. Nobody showed her on TV. I find it very hypocritical.
I think it would also be quite opportune as well, perhaps, Mami Yvonne. We've also heard sad news this morning about the passing of Lundi Yamaha, and I think as musicians, fellow musicians, you would also want to pay tribute to him.
Well, you know, I think Libitolaka, they call me Kidisaleti or Kidiboni. Lundi is one of those boys who, when he was in trouble, he would call me. And Tsepo would always say, Mom, can you call Lundi and tell him to go to the show? And I would call Lundi and say, Lundi, you have to go to the show. Lundi was like one of my other kids as well. So to the family, I'd want to say, you know, may his soul rest in peace. He was challenged like any other person, just like all of us. You know, we live in this world, we're all challenged. And he was a very good musician, and nobody has to judge anybody. God is the only person to judge us. And I want to say, let his soul rest in peace.
All right, thank you very much, Mayor Yvonne Chaka Chaka. Let's also get Mayor Sibongile as well, perhaps so we can chat to take the opportunity as well, just before we go back into Ms. Bongile, if you could please just join us this morning as well. You're also here to pay tribute to Mayor Thandi Klaasen. Your fondest memories of Mamu Thandi Klaasen?
How much time do you have? Quite a lot actually. I mean, Mam Thandi is somebody that I wouldn't exactly say one lived with her, but when you were in her space, you remembered to live, as Gloria Bosman said in a post. And Mam Thandi was that kind of person. Every time, every moment you spend with her, you are aware of where you are aware of what you're doing, you are aware of what you're saying, because she would challenge you and say, you know, that kind of thing. But I guess the one that sticks to my mind actually was the very first time she came to a concert I did at Gippi's in the early 90s. And she came, and you can imagine the shock I had to see her in my audience, because I was nothing really then. I was just trying to find my way around the industry. And she came up to me at interval and says, "You mntanam ucula kamandi. Kodwa unxibe ntoni?" And that stayed with me, because what she was basically saying, or what I took away from that statement, was that respect your audience, never take your audience for granted. Whatever you're doing, however, the way you present yourself is critical. The way you present yourself is important, because people have taken their time and they've spent their money to come and check you out.
All right, thank you very much. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for, Ms. Bongile. Just some of the veterans in the music industry paying tribute to Thandi Klaasen for, the diva that she was. Many are saying here that South Africa needs to appreciate more the musicians while they are still alive. And I think certainly many will be looking to see how that legacy of Thandi Klaasen's, will continue, how government perhaps will play its own role in keeping that legacy alive. I think let's just go back inside the hall now, where the tributes continue to pour in for Thandi Klaasen.
The next song we're going to do outside Sophia Town, and it is sung by Zanele Dlamini. Zanele played Thandi in a play that featured three of them. Each actor was playing each person. So Zanele played Thandi in this musical that was done last year, November, at the Market Theatre.
People standing in the doorway, see the bright light on the summer night. I can hear the music from Sis Thandi's bar. I can see my past passing by. I had no chance to say goodbye to romance. I had no time to leave it all behind. It was a place I knew where my dreams came true until they broke it down. I can hear the music from Thundersbound. I can hear the wind before the storm. I can see police on the winter night, breaking down the place where I was born. I had no chance to say goodbye to romance. I had no time to leave it all behind. It was a place I knew where my dreams came true until they broke it down, so fire town. It was a place